Each year, as October fades into the brittle silence of November, the long, straight stretch of the A75 near Kinmount takes on a different kind of stillness. The kind that settles deep in the bones, that hums quietly in the dark. Locals avoid that road if they can, especially in the days leading up to Remembrance Day. They speak in hushed tones of the long marches, though no one says much more than they need to. It was in the early hours of November 10th when Callum Fraser, a long-distance lorry driver, found himself headed east through Dumfries and Galloway. He was hauling a shipment of timber, hoping to beat the morning traffic. Rain tapped gently at the windscreen, and the wipers squeaked a slow rhythm. The road ahead was a tunnel of damp blackness, just him, the hum of the engine, and the occasional flash of reflective signs. Then, just past Kinmount Strait, the air changed. It grew heavier, somehow older. Callum flicked on his high beams. That's when he saw them. Figures, dozens of them, stepping out from the hedgerows on both sides of the road. At first, Callum thought it must be some kind of reenactment. Men in tattered khaki uniforms, their boots coated in ghost mud, their eyes strangely dull. But something was wrong. These soldiers weren't walking with the pride of a parade. They moved slowly, wearily, as though they had been walking forever. Their faces, what little he could see, were smudged with dirt and something darker. One man's arm was bound with a ragged bandage. Another clutched a rifle without a barrel. Callum slammed on the brakes. The figures didn't flinch. They continued across the road, column after column, their heads bowed as if they were still trying to reach a battlefield that no longer existed. As they passed in front of the lorry, the temperature in the cab plummeted. His breath fogged the glass. Callum tried to move, to reverse, to turn, to do anything, but his limbs felt heavy, as though some unseen force pressed him into the driver's seat. All he could do was watch. Then, as suddenly as they'd appeared, they were gone. The last soldier, a thin, boyish figure with a shattered helmet, turned and looked directly at him. His lips parted, not in speech, but in a silent gasp, and then he too vanished. Only the quiet remained. When Callum finally managed to start the engine again, the clock on the dashboard read 4:57. Nearly 20 minutes had passed, though it had felt like seconds. Later that day, when he stopped for coffee in Annan, he mentioned what he'd seen to the cafe owner. The woman behind the counter didn't blink. She just nodded and poured him another cup, stronger this time. "They don't always show themselves," she said. "Only when they think someone's still watching for them." Callum never drove that route again, but each year, on the 11th of November, he lights a candle and leaves it by his window, facing west. Just in case they're still walking, just in case they still need to be seen. Many thanks for treading this tale's dark path. If its chill gripped you, like, subscribe, and comment below.